What's up, guys? We are back with some more Angel or Devil. Today is for sure the finale, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just jump right into it. Chapter 11. I opened my eyes. I was lying on my bed in my own room. I sat up and looked around, but there was nothing. Was that all a dream? I looked myself over, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. The wings, they're gone. I got out of bed and looked around when I noticed the canvas. Oh. When I pulled back the cloth that was covering it, there was my drawing of Raug's face. Raug. I was relieved to have some sort of proof of Raug's existence, but there was no other trace of any of the others, not the angels or the reapers, not the demons. Looking out at the human world, Fluke seemed worried.
Is it okay to not even say anything? About what? That Kayla has been turned back into a human.
Diavel sighed. Oh, so we're human now. That is what Raug wanted after all.
That doesn't concern us, does it? I'm sure she realizes she's been turned back into a human.
He continued, seemingly uninterested.
Her soul will continue to live for a while. We'll go back for it once it's finished.
But Fluke didn't seem satisfied.
But all the angel's powers were used up to protect Raug. And Raug too. We're done talking about this.
Fluke continued timidly, despite Diavel's sharp glare.
I believe that Kayla and Raug will find happiness.
Diavel said nothing for a moment.
Whatever, believe whatever you want.
With that, Diavel disappeared. A few years later, I'd returned to my life as a human. I wonder if that was all just a dream. Each day went by just as peacefully as it had before. But today was a bit different. I can't believe he told me. On the way home, a coworker had confessed his feelings for me. I looked at the picture on the wall. It was the one that I'd drawn of Raug. I'd finished painting it and hung it on the wall. I would look at it and remember my time with him. The first time we met, he had flown off with me in his arms. I was surprised when he kissed me, but even now, I couldn't forget his warmth. And the time I cooked for him, how cute he looked when he sneezed from the pepper. Even though he was a demon, he didn't steal my soul. Also, he risked his life to save me in the underworld. All of these memories of Raug, but it didn't matter. He wasn't here. Will I never see him again? Will I forget all about this someday? With each passing day, my memories of Raug would fade a bit. Raug. I stared at his picture as the tears ran down my cheeks.
Diavel, will you grant me permission to go to the human world?
Diavel frowned as Fluke suddenly entered his room.
What, again? I've already told you no.
Please, just for a little while. Fluke looked at him desperately and Diavel sighed.
You know if you do it, you'll be punished.
Fluke flinched at his words.
Punished? That's right, it's the Demon King's orders. We're not allowed to have any contact with her.
Oh, but... Diavel laughed at Fluke. Diavel laughed as Fluke searched for the right words.
But if you don't mind being punished, go right ahead.
Fluke looked hesitantly to the ground. Diavel snickered.
It was just a joke. Don't really do it. It would be impossible for a fledgling like you, but from my position... Huh? It's nothing. Don't worry about this matter anymore, alright?
One morning... Oh no, if I don't hurry, I'll be late. If I run, I can make it. I ran as fast as I could down the street to the station. I couldn't sleep very well because I was thinking of Raug again. I suddenly noticed something. Huh? It has always been like this. Then the light at the crosswalk started flashing. Oh no, if I don't cross now, I'm gonna miss my train. I checked both ways for cars before I started crossing, and then... A horn sounded loudly nearby. Huh? A large car was speeding recklessly towards me. I stood frozen as the car drew near. Ah! The next moment, someone's voice pierced my ears and I was thrown to the ground. Ow! I sat up slowly, my body in pain.
Hey, are you alright?
The voice was familiar. Yeah, My heart pounded. What? There in front of me.
You should be more careful with your life.
Raug stood there with a smile on his face. Oh my god, he's not a demon! Where's his horns? No way! Why? My heart was pounding as I threw my arms around him. He wrapped his arms gently around me too.
Kayla.
His warmth surrounded me as he spoke. But why? He loosened his embrace and smiled sweetly.
The next thing I knew, I'd become a human.
A human? I looked carefully at him.
It looks like you've become a human too.
Yeah, I'm not sure how though. We stared at each other for a while when...
Honestly, you two gonna just stand there and flirt?
We turned around and looked towards the familiar voice.
You...
Diavel stood there dauntingly with a bold smile on his face.
I finally found you, Raug.
What? Frightened, I moved closer to Raug and he gently patted my back.
It's alright. He was the one who told me that you were here.
Oh. I opened my eyes and found myself in the human world, no longer a demon. I found a place to live and began my search for Kayla. Oh wait, this is from Diavol's perspective. Okay.
I had no idea what had happened to her, but I knew if there was a chance to find her, I had to keep looking. But I wasn't making any progress. It would have been easy to do as a demon. I became irritated as the time passed by in vain. Don't look so miserable. Diavol's form appeared. You, being a human has really brought you down, huh?
Raug immediately began questioning him.
Where's Kayla? What happened to her?
Diavol sighed.
Are you that worried about her?
He pulled out his spear and pointed it at Raug.
You're such a fool, going to such lengths for a human.
Raug smirked.
Yeah, guess so. I used to think the same as you.
Diavol stared at Raug. Finally, he let out a sigh.
Kayla's just fine. What? I don't know if you can meet her or not, though.
And with that, he disappeared.
What are you saying? I didn't tell you anything.
Raug smiled fearlessly at Diavol, whose face was turning bright red.
You don't remember that time? I don't know if I can meet her or not, you said. That doesn't mean anything. I know you. You wouldn't have said it like that if she had become a demon or an angel.
Raug smiled at him.
And so I figured she'd become a human too. From there, I tried my hardest to find my way, by memory. All thanks to you. I appreciate it.
Diavol's face became even more red.
Shut up, quit putting words in my mouth.
And with that, he disappeared. Oh, he's an unexpectedly good person. I turned and smiled at Raug, and he smiled sweetly back at me.
He is. He's actually forbidden to have contact with me, though. By the way, is everything okay?
Huh?
Weren't you on your way somewhere?
I suddenly remembered. Oh no! I keep clicking too fast.
Did you meet with Raug?
As soon as he was back in the underworld, Diavol was approached by the Demon King.
No, I ran into him by accident.
The Demon King stared at Diavol, stuttering.
Well.
His expression relaxed as he looked down to the human world.
So, did Raug find Kayla? Huh? Only Raug would go to that extent.
The Demon King smiled and Diavol sighed in relief.
Is it okay to leave them like that, I mean?
The Demon King turned his gaze to him.
If I told you to handle it, could you?
A short silence followed and the Demon King smiled again.
No matter. It seems her soul has returned to its normal power. She only used the power to protect Raug, right? Yes, that's right. If things continue this way, she won't become a threat to us. And if Raug used his power to protect her again... That's why he was turned human? Yes, he was reduced to human form. It's worse for a demon to have to live as a human than to be disposed of.
The Demon King grimaced.
Don't you think so, Diavol?
Diavol just frowned. After I came home from work and Raug had come for a visit, I took a taste of the dinner I prepared and Raug smiled.
I just remembered the first time you cooked for me.
Yeah, I remember that too. A smile spread across my face.
Anyway, I'm glad I found you. As a demon, I could have found you instantly, but as a human, what a pain.
I'm sure from a demon's point of view, it probably is a pain. But you're a human now, right? Raug cracked a smile.
Yes, you're right.
The time we spent was calmer than it had been before. The difference between then and now was obviously that Raug was no longer a demon. We ate dinner, enjoying our time together. And then, I'm so full! I finished eating and went to clear the dishes. Raug came over and wrapped his arms around me. I set down the dishes at his warmth surrounding me. Raug?
I want to stay with you like this.
Me too. Raug continued to hold me in his arms. Raug, I have to clean up. I turned and looked at him.
We'll do that later.
He whispered gently before pressing his lips to mine. A gentle heat began to spread through me. Raug kissed me over and over just as he had as a demon, but it was a very different feeling. Raug, the feeling I had held back until now came rushing through me. As if he were feeling the same thing, he breathed out my name.
Kayla.
My heart quickened hearing his sweet voice. Raug. Just as our lips parted, they met again, as if we were trying to make up for the lost time, over and over. His arms wrapped strongly around me. I lost myself in his sweet lips and his strong embrace, and then our lips parted and he gazed at me.
I got this to give you, should I find you again.
He pulled something out of his pocket. What? He didn't say anything and just held it out to me. It was a shiny ring. Huh? What's this? I looked at him and he stared gently back.
Oh yeah, I guess humans gave these to the ones they love, so...
The one they love? My heart fluttered as Raug took my hand. The ring fit perfectly onto my finger.
It fits you just right.
His sweet voice made me smile. It does. The ring sparkled on my finger. I looked at it happily. A smile spread across Raug's face as he watched me.
Do you remember that time before when I said humans were just a vessel for souls?
Yeah, but why all of a sudden? I felt slightly uneasy when Raug looked down at the ring on my finger.
Of course, that's how I felt at first.
His voice was quiet.
But at that time, and still now, I don't think that way.
Raug! Tears welled up in the corners of my eyes. Raug looked at me gently and continued.
You are not just a vessel. You have a good heart, and you're so brave. I care about you so much.
This was something he definitely wouldn't have said in the past. Warm tears trickled down my cheeks. Raug saw this and looked down.
This is no good.
What?
I wanted to make you happy, but I just made you cry.
No, why? He smiled and wiped away my tears with his fingers.
Actually, I thought if I were going to meet you again, I would want to propose like other humans do.
Raug, propose?
But I am me after all.
He hugged me close as he spoke.
Whether I'm a demon or a human, I'll protect you. Even in another life, I will always be there for you.
Raug, he held me tightly, his arms wrapping me in warmth, and my heart fluttered. The tears filled my eyes and blurred my vision. I buried my face against him.
Kayla.
He took a peek at my face and smiled faintly. I looked back at him and started to speak. I love you, Raug. I wanted to say it for so long, but never had the chance. Raug looked relieved. A smile spread across his face.
I know.
Huh?
If you didn't, you wouldn't have come after me in the underworld.
Oh.
But I'm so glad that you said it. And
Raug.
I love you too.
The next moment, his lips were on mine. Our breathing grew stronger. He placed his warm hands on my body and leaned me back gently, his lips moving to my neck and his hands sliding down. His fingers brushed against my skin. A sweet sensation ran over my body like chills. Raug smiled when my voice escaped my lips.
A sweet voice.
The heat spread throughout my body. No. I twisted around and Raug chuckled.
You do that a lot, don't you?
What?
When I kiss you, you protest.
He kissed my lips again. My thinking slowed as the heat took over. Raug, he gently pulled away and looked down at me.
But you still seem to be enjoying it.
I turned my head away to escape his lascivious stare. But
you're so cute when you're like that.
My heart skipped. The intense heat washed over me once again. It's not fair. Even as I thought this, I gave in to Raug's warmth. Our passionate breathing slowly filled the room.
I think for the first time, I understand what it feels like to love someone.
Raug, our time together became sweeter and more intense. Even if I were changed into a demon, it wouldn't change my love for Raug. In that moment, that thought spread throughout me. My hopes for him too grew even more. Whether as a human or a demon, those feelings would never change. Happy ending. Aw, cute. That was so romantic. And we have our last bit of mail. It's called Finally Found You.
I looked everywhere for you. I did my best to find my way by memory, and I finally found you. I can't stand watching you get into danger. Nothing has changed since that time you were almost hit by a car. That's why I can't leave you. From now on, I'll always be by your side. I promise. I'll make you happy.
Well, guys, that is it for Chapter 11, the final chapter. We got the happy ending with Mr. Raug, which seems to be a more sweet and romantic type of ending. I believe with Ravel, we got something else. It was a different name for it, and I think that one was a bit spicier, but I really like that ending. Let me know what you guys thought. Are you surprised that we both turned back into humans? I definitely didn't see it going that way, especially since in Ravel's route, we ended up going to live in the underworld. So yeah, that's it for Angel or Devil. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I may do another route or some side stories at some point later on, but for now, this is goodbye to Angel or Devil. Thank you guys so much for watching this series and all of the videos on my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!